Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Oliver Gale, co-founder and CEO of Panther Protocol, to discuss compliant privacy to the blockchain. Oliver, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Hey, thank you very much for having me.
All right, you got it. Tell us about Panther Protocol.
Panther Protocol is a multi-chain, scalable, private blockchain solution to enable institutions and retail investors to compliantly access DeFi across all platforms. And so by compliantly access, what we mean is marry privacy, which is necessary to protect alpha, protect against front running of trades and user privacy, and at the same time enable compliant disclosures through a protocol innovation that Panther's come up with called reveals. And reveals use a form of cryptography called a zero knowledge proof to prove something about a condition or a data set without, in fact, revealing the underlying data. So there's zero knowledge revealed. And when that is applied to the compliance framework, was this person on a sanctions list? Was the transaction above a threshold? Was there money laundering activity or flags against that? So when you apply those things to the compliance industry as a whole using Panther Protocol, you radically change the nature of the data relationship for all of, in fact, all of finance.
So Oliver, how does it offer privacy by default, and how will it restore user privacy?
That's a great question. So privacy, if you don't have privacy by default, and if it's not sovereign to the individual, it's not privacy. It may be a confidential relationship with you and a third party, but if there's a backdoor to privacy, then you don't have privacy. So when you engage in, so that's the base layer framework. Now, when you engage in usage of financial services that access DeFi, then there is this onboarding process. And at the onboarding process, you go through a negotiation of accepting terms and conditions and providing certain documents. When Panther's integrated into the institution's workflow, part of the onboarding and agreement process is to sign a transaction that allows the institution to reveal part of your transaction history subject to certain conditions. And those conditions would be compliance flags, red flags come up. So the institution and the customer have a confidential relationship, but the customer or the user and the rest of the market have a fully private relationship. Your data is not revealed when you buy a coffee at a store for yourself, or go to a pharmacy, or pay your taxes. All of that information on Ethereum and on Cardano and on Polkadot, all of the public blockchains today, is public, immutable, and there forever. And Panther reverses that and restores people's sovereign rights.
Got it. So Panther Protocol created a new private asset class called ZAssets. What's that all about?
So a Z-asset is essentially you take the underlying asset, let's say it's an Ethereum issued asset, and then you wrap it and essentially collateralize one ETH, and then you create one Z-ETH. And one Z-ETH is fully backed and will always be fully backed by one ETH. And the same thing can apply to stable coins and any asset which is issued. So the Z asset, when transferred between parties, is a private transfer. And if the user ever wants to redeem the underlying token, they can burn the Z asset and claim the ETH or whatever that token is.
Interesting. All right, Oliver, thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.